Hey everybody, this is Herschel from High School Top 200, just answering all your questions. And this question is, who are you considering as the number one player in the country? There's actually about 9 names that I think are probably number one players in the country. That would be able to me, that would probably fill those sort of those wants and tick off all the boxes that you need as a number one player in the country kind of thing. And so it's not an easy. Obviously it's not an easy thing to pick. If Caleb Clark was coming back this year, and that's just like an if, he would probably be the number one player in the country. He finished 5th last year. Even Billy Proctor would be another one as well that I would probably consider putting at number one. Again, like, he would be probably one of those kind of players. Danny Tuala is one if he returns back. Lincoln is another one if he turns back. Keanu obviously would be another one. Falau, and all these guys. So there's 6 guys from Hastings boys that I could even see as a number one player in the country, because I think if all the boys can return back to Hastings boys that are all of age, and that is Keanu, Lincoln, Danny, those boys, and Liam, if they came back, they could all be considered as number one players in the country. And I think Hastings boys, if all those boys returned, we could have 7 boys from Hastings boys in the New Zealand secondary schools. That's huge. I don't know if anyone's had 7. I think there's schools that have had 5. I probably have to look that one up. I think 5 is the most. Might have been Otago boys or Hamilton. Maybe Carlson boys back in the day, someone like that. But even getting 3 in is fantastic. Even 2 is a really good thing. Some schools have never had a New Zealand secondary school. My school, I don't think we ever had a New Zealand secondary school player, and we had some really good players over the years. But number one players, yeah, probably those players from some of them from Hastings boys. And like I said, there are guys that can return, back. Etienne is probably another one. Even though he's going to be a league player, he'll probably be our second league player that might be a number one player. Along with Nelson Osofa Solomona, who was the first number one player in the top 200. Naitoa Akoya will be another one. Hayes is also up. Quinn, Lester, Tupo, Lemeki, Adam Reed is another guy. Siave is another guy that I'm thinking of as well. Austin Brown comes to mind. He's another one that I'm thinking of. I think guys like that. There's about 8 to 9. So those guys that I named. Devin Flanders actually is another one too that I really like, and I think he could be with his. He's one of those guys that you could either play at number 7, 6, 7, and 8. Depending on how his body structure, and I think if the New Zealand told him, we want you to be this position at the beginning of the year and then build his body to be that position, he could be it. I think he can be an open side, and then even be an open side going into club rugby and onto there, and it's not a matter of his fitness, because his fitness is up. It's more of his quickness in terms of quickness and decision making on getting into rucks or staying out of rucks, and his body position when he tackles is another one as well, because he's so good at tackling, and he does it at a high percentage. It's more of placing his body in the right position so that when he does make the tackle, he just rolls out instead of getting stuck underneath, which probably takes him out of 2 tackles by being stuck underneath. But like, he would be another player that I'm considering as well. Yeah, those probably are probably the I think I would name 9 of them, 10 of them. Um, and I'm not really leaning to anyone right now. I mean, Etienne has been the number one from year 11 into year 12, and then he'll be somewhere there as well. Um, he has been training with the Warriors for a while now too, um, which will up his skill set. And I've heard rumors that Etienne might not play first 15 this year, but I know that he's back at school. I know that that was one thing that he was doing, and I mean, if he's under scholarship, you're usually under scholarship and you have to play. But he'll probably do what Isaiah did, and I think Isaiah did it a great way, where he played under 20s for the first bit of the season, and then went straight to first 15, and then went straight back after the first 15 to the under 20s again. And but Isaiah's like a special dude. Like, yeah, there's not many like him. Um, But I think if anyone could do it, Etienne could probably do the same too and be the number one player playing league and rugby at the same time. Um, but yeah, Etienne, Naito, Lincoln, Danny, um, Keanu, Quinn, Lester, Tupou, Lemeki, Adam Reed, Siave. Those are guys that I'm considering for number one player of the country. Um, but yeah, it's going to be a close one, and it's going to be hard to choose which guy, because usually I want a guy that would sit there at the top and hopefully not move back and forth. But this is such a hard year this year in terms of talent that you don't really know which guys will move up and down, depending on week to week kind of thing, and competition and competition. But I hope that answered your question and gave you a bit of insight on who I was looking at. But there's a lot of players right now that are top ranked guys. So take from it what you will, and we'll see what happens. It should be. I'm gonna name the top 200 as well as all the top 100 and top 60. Also the top 50 schools in the country, just before April starts off, and before the season starts off. So you'll have all the rankings and stuff maybe 2 weeks before the season starts, and you can check where you are and check who's going in and out and things like that. So hopefully they answer. Keep sending them in peace.